हेलो
हेलो
बेटे एसी बंद कर जूम कर दो यार, जूम कर दो।
गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल। सीए रजत अग्रवाल जी एंड IAS and CEO of the Bureau of Investment Promotion Punjab, CA Nihar Jambusaria ji, our President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CA Jai Shera ji, our CCM members, I welcome you all, and especially SP Garg ji, my old friend, Mr. Kapoor, Chairman of the Ludhiana branch, Sonia ma'am, Chairperson of the Jalandhar branch, I welcome you all on today's webinar on Industrial Policy of Punjab, which is organized by the Committee for Members in Industry and Business and Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion, jointly hosted by the Amritsar, Jalandhar and Ludhiana branch. I will not take much of time because the schedule is very tight and our chief guest has already given a schedule. Accordingly, I will start with our this biodata of our guest, most young CCM member, CA Jai Shera ji. CA Jai Shera ji is a senior member with admirable credentials, charismatic personality and immense knowledge. He has to his credit several degrees including BCom, LLB, FCA, ACMA, MFM, MBA, Finance, PGDFM, MFC, MPhil, MA Economics, MCom, CIM, DBM, DBF, ICA, MBA Investment, ADBA, PGD, PGDM. I will left others also because there are so many others. I will pick some. AMPGS US, ADMA London. He has studied advanced management at various reputed institutions in Italy, Germany, US, UK and China. He has been associated with the ICI activities since 1995. He has served as a chairman of the Surat branch in 2005 and went on to become the vice chairman of WIRC in the year 2012. Third consecutive term in the Central Council. He has held many committees as a chairman, such as a professional development committee, student skill enrichment, peer review board, committee for capacity building of members in practice, committee for financial markets and investors in action, etc. He has held many significant positions, such as a president of in 2008, member of the civil defense of Gujarat. Owing to his exceptional effort, he has been awarded by Gujarat as Chairman of Surat, Health Minister of Gujarat, as Star of Surat by Member of Parliament, as June in Crown by Mayor of Surat, as Suratna Sitara, and as a youth icon by leading Danny Bhaskar. He has been awarded by for getting first in India in research and also awarded by the Chief Minister of Gujarat for science and research. Gifted personality with state level winner painting, singing and drama. He has acted in many Gujarati dramas and films. He has participated in Akshay Kumar's International Martial Arts Competition. As an innocent speaker, having internet keen education, and he has represented India at various prestigious fora for higher education at Los Angeles, Milan, Gunjao, Phuket, London, Paris, etc. Now over to Jai Shera ji.
Thank you very much, Jatinder ji. A very good morning to all of you. Honorable President ICI, CA Nihar Jambusaria ji, Honorable CA Rajat Agarwal ji, IAS, CEO, Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion, my good friend and Chairman, Amritsar branch, CA Jatinder Vasil ji, CA Sonia Arora ji, Chairperson, Jalandhar branch, and all my dear friends. A very good morning once again to all of you. First of all, let me compliment the committee for the members in industry and business for coming up with a series of such type of programs awareness programs. ICI always has been a partner in nation building, and we always played our roles with government to see to it that we help in development of all the states and the nation as a whole. Friends, you know very well that chartered accountants are very broad horizons. We are not only into accounts or auditing, but along with that, we have domain expertise in terms of income tax or GST, finance, costing, management accounting, and so many other aspects. So, chartered accountant is a complete business solution provider. A CA is a person with 360-degree view on commerce and industry. Fortunately, Rajat ji is also a chartered accountant. I had a luxury to meet him once in a CA program organized by Institute. Chartered accountants have been complete business solution provider, and the importance of this today's program is that CAs have a 360-degree view on commerce and industry. They can critically analyze the pros and cons of industrial policies. Well, if we talk about Punjab, well, Punjab is a leader in many aspects. Let it be agriculture. If we talk about roti, kapda, makan, then Punjab is providing roti to various parts of India. Well, a contribution in army, can we ignore the immense contribution of Punjab in terms of national defense? And what about Punjabi food and Punjabi music? Right? You cannot have, I'm from the state of Gujarat, but we cannot have any program of music complete without Punjabi music and maybe even Punjabi food. At the same time, Punjab is an industry leader. That is very important. Bhangra of Punjab is very popular. But at the same time, Punjab is an industry leader. Maybe traditional industries or maybe sophisticated, technology-driven businesses. Punjab is at the forefront. Even in terms of tech-savvy startup, Punjab is emerging very well. That is the reason, I think it is very evident that Punjab government has been able to secure greenfield and brownfield investment exceeding 9,000 crores of rupees. It shows that Punjab is an industry leader and it is coming up in a big way. So, on a lighter vein, in the Bollywood it is said that wo Gana tha Dil Lene Dil Dene mein #1 Punjabi. But in business also, in business acumen, in entrepreneurship also, I am sure about it that Punjab is #1. Fortunately, my roots are from Punjab. My ancestors are from the state of Punjab, though I am staying in Gujarat, of course. The prime objective of conducting this series of awareness programs is to make aware our chartered accountants about the salient features of the industrial policies. Well, our chartered accountant members comprise of chartered accountants into practice, into industry, and into business. So those members who are into practice, once they understand, once they analyze the industrial policies of Punjab, they can go to their clients and explain them. They can strategically help them in planning and developing their businesses and thereby consolidating the state of Punjab. Similarly, those who are into industry, they can support their corporate houses and they can make them clear about the various policies. And of course, chartered accountants in the business, they can take the advantage of these policies and go one step further. So I'm sure such type of programs help them in understanding the policies and fetching more investment, fresh investment in the state of Punjab within and outside India. Well, to quickly sum up, I can say that with a combo of business-friendly policies of Punjab, ample availability of factors of production in the state, industrious workforce, entrepreneurial mindset, and with the added push of its efforts by ICAI through such kind of webinars, I am sure that this webinar is going to complement the government of Punjab in industrializing the state faster. So I'm sure our members are going to have some very good knowledge about the industrial policies, and it's going to be a very important session. Thanks a lot for inviting me. Thanks once again.
Thank you so much, Jai sir. Seriously, I can't resist myself from sharing that you are a versatile personality who is bagging laurels, not only in the academic line, but at a state level winner in painting, singing, and drama too. So, rightly said by Jatinder sir, you are named as a legend of Surat and a star of Surat. So, star of CS2, sir, we are fortunate that we got the opportunity to interact with you and hear your words of wisdom. So now my warm welcome and good evening to others too. Heartily welcome our esteemed guest CA Nehar Jambusaria sir, CA Rajat Agarwal sir, and Chanda Vansal ji, Chairman Amritsar branch, and Rajesh Kapoor sir, Chairman Ludhiana branch. So mentor like you are really good sent. We are grateful to have you all here. Now I got the privilege to and the opportunity to honor and introduce our worthy President C.A. Nehar Jambusaria sir. Sir, a name that reckon respect, regard and love only and seriously have no boundaries. A man of professional wisdom, vision and a strong organizational skills with a firm belief.
So, Niyaji, if you can save some time in introduction, I would be happy because let us hear the speakers more. Introduction can be just.
Actually, the person like you seriously don't need any introduction. Everybody know about your humble attitude and the work you are doing, sir. Seriously, we are blessed that my tenure falls and you are one when you are heading this. So, sir, thank you so much. Now I request you to please share your words of wisdom. So your presence always gave an endless pleasure to us. Seriously.
Thank you, Sonia ji. Today's chief guest and chief speaker, Honorable CEO of Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion, IAS CA Rajat Agarwal ji. Another speaker to speak on overview on salient features of industrial policy of Punjab, Sri Gaurav Khanna ji. Deputy General Manager, Investment Facilitation, EBIP. My colleague C.A. Jai Chaira, Chairman of Board of Studies, the Chairman of 3 branches, that is Amritsar, Jalandhar and Ludhiana, C.A. Jatinder Vansil, C.A. Sonia Arora ji and C.A. Rajesh Kapoor ji, and all the participants. Let me at the outset compliment the Committee for Members in Industry and Business and the 3 branches for hosting this program and carrying forward our initiative of taking up our role as a partner in nation building. To the speakers, I may mention that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in last few years has always supported both the central and the state governments, be it initiative on GST, be it initiative on promoting MSMEs, particularly in the pandemic time when MSMEs were so badly affected and many of them were closing down. The institute came forward and explained to them what relief packages the state governments have designed for them, how they can take benefit of them and survive and grow. Apart from this, be it initiative on sustainability, climate change is again hitting the earth and the entire world. So on any front, whether it is state government or it is central government, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which was formed in 1949 and which is an autonomous body working under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. To the guests, I may just say that today our membership is in the range of 350,000. We have got 7.5 lakh students across the country, and we have 164 branches throughout the country. All our branches, particularly you can observe that 3 branches in Punjab have come forward to promote the industrial policy of Punjab in the state of Punjab. Traditionally, chartered accountants were known as auditors and tax consultants. But in recent times, particularly in last 5 years, we realized our role of a partner in nation building. which was given to us or which was really appreciated by our late past President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And this webinar is a step in that direction. Once today, you from Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion explained to us the entire industrial policy, the chartered accountants in Punjab will take up promotion of this policy, and seeing that in the state of Punjab this policy is successful and people make maximum use of it. Very rightly said by my colleague that Punjab is blessed with huge land bank, natural resources, willingness of people to take up industry and business seriously. With all this, Punjab state can definitely, with this policy, industrial policy, expect that the state will grow at a faster rate. I may once again repeat that all our branches and the regional councils will be at your beck and call to promote the industrial policy, and they will, through their professional expertise, convince many entrepreneurs to make maximum use of the industrial policy, make investment in the state of Punjab, and make the state and this country very prosperous. Our goal of achieving 5 trillion economy will be achieved if all states progress together, and our members will certainly put in their best of efforts to see that the state of Punjab also gets maximum out of the expertise of chartered accountants. So with this, once again, let me compliment all the organizers, and my special thanks to the two speakers, CA IAS Rajat Agarwal ji and Sri Gaurav Khanna ji, for coming here and taking up the task of briefing chartered accountants as to how they can take forward this policy and make it reach the grassroots citizens of Punjab. Thank you so much for inviting. It was a pleasure speaking with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nehar sir. So now my hearty welcome to CA Rajat Agarwal sir, a man of passion and intellectual knowledge and the eminent speaker for the today's session, and I must say star of the session today. So sir, we are blessed to hear words from you. I extend my gratitude to you for sparing your valuable time for us. And now sir, this is yours.
Thank you very much, Sonia.
Sir, just to interrupt before that, let me introduce our eminent speaker of the day.
So for
Well, Mr. Rajat Agarwal, IAS, CEO Invest Punjab, Government of Punjab. He's a graduate and bachelor's of commerce. He's a professional brother, trained as a chartered accountant by profession. He then joined the Indian Administrative Services in Punjab in the year 2003 and has served the state in various capacities since then. He has been chairman of Punjab Pollution Control Board, served as Deputy Commissioner to Ludhiana and Amritsar, Excise and Taxation Commissioner, Director IT, Registrar Cooperative Societies Punjab, and MD PS IEC. He is presently serving as Excise Commissioner Punjab, Chief Executive Officer Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion. He is currently involved in growth and promotion of industries in the state of Punjab. Mr. Goel has been committed to bringing reforms to his department to make them more efficient and responsive to the contemporary needs. He has introduced and ensured the success of numerous citizen-centric initiatives during his assignments in the district administration, especially through maintaining law and order at these locations. He has also introduced a grievance redressal system for investors in Punjab and successfully brought marked brands like CN, Spain, Happy Forgings, etc. to the state. He has widely traveled, including to countries such as Germany, Israel, Singapore, and Dubai. So, not standing anymore between you and our audience, we welcome you and thank you so much for spending valuable time to be amongst us today, and first you can enlighten us all with your valuable deliberation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sanjay ji. A very good afternoon to all of you. A very good afternoon to Nihar ji, to Jai Raji, It's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be here amongst you all. And it's a privilege actually for me to be part of the profession. I must honestly share that with you all here. I have extremely fond memories of my preparation days back in 95 to 90, 96 to 98, 99. And though they were very hard working days and nights, but I have extremely fond memories. I also cherish my memories of doing my articleship training, which I really believe was something which has helped me not only in my education then, but probably also during my UPSC interview and till today. The work which I have done going to different clients and working there. That time it was only Tally as a software initial first version 1, and most of the books of accounts were manual. So making those entries and ticks and auditing and preparing tax returns and tax audits and everything, I think that has really helped me well, and I cherish those memories very much for what they have helped me attain in life. I have also very fond memories of the event of the Institute of January 2021. I was extremely happy and privileged to be part of that wonderful initiative by the Institute. And it is that connect probably that we are now having this conversation today and this program today, because the idea clicked during my interaction in that program that we should have some such kind of a series there. And thanks to the enterprising attitude of the committees and the leadership of the Institute, that today it is becoming a reality. We would have done this earlier, but for the second wave of COVID and some kind of a recovery time and so on and so forth. But very happy that today we are all here and interacting with each other. Chartered accountants in every way are a complete business solution provider. I mean, there is absolutely no two doubts about it. And only yesterday we were sitting with a very valued client, a Fortune 500 company in Punjab, in India, which had come. The delegation had come to Punjab, and during the meeting with Chief Secretary, I can tell you that the most piercing and the most logical questions were coming from the CFO of the company, and he was a chartered accountant brother. And I was very pleased. And the Chief Secretary remarked, "You must be the finance guy. You have the most logical and the most piercing questions." And he said, "Yes, indeed, I am from the finance background. I am the CFO of the company, and I am a chartered accountant." Well, and there are countless interactions. It would be unfair for me to be mentioning some of them. The interaction of the Institute when I was ETC back in 2016 in front of the GST Council. Then the committee that was looking into drafting of the GST Act, and it was the then finance minister was heading that interaction, and all the different financial institutes and the members of the institute were there. But I was so proud that the kind of presentation, that the kind of study the institute members had done and presented there was matchless. So I am indeed very proud to be part of that elite intellect of the nation, which is driving and which is to drive in future the growth of the nation. So indeed, the chartered accountants, from being a business solution provider, in true sense, are growth partners of the nation, growth partners in the nation building of this great country. We all know that the contribution of the primary sector in India's GDP hovers somewhere around 17%, and rest is your secondary sector and service sector. Now, if we were to grow as a developed nation, if we were to become developed, and if we were to see the contribution from different sectors in the GDP of developed nations, top 10 nations, let us take, less than 1% of the GDP actually is contributed by the primary sector. And rest, everything is contributed by secondary and tertiary sector. So the journey for India has to be from this 17% to 1%. So 17 times we have to slog as hard as the developed nations today to come into that elite bracket of being developed. I see no way but to make our secondary sector, especially the manufacturing sector and the service sector, the tertiary sector, more and more strong. And we cannot do that unless and until all the stakeholders, they come on a single platform. As a government, we make things easier. We create an enabling atmosphere and environment which is facilitative and not regulatory. And the stakeholders on the private side, the capitalists, the capital owner, the risk takers, they come together with the professionals, the chartered accountants, the financial experts, the economists, and the technological experts who is to bring in technology in the different sectors, and then create new and new ventures, new and new investments, new and new investment models in the country, which help in increasing the value addition being made in the country. I think that is the only way for all of us to come to the bracket of that 1% from primary and rest everything from secondary and tertiary sector. Without this, it is not going to be possible. If we all want to see a developed India, a developed nation during our lifetimes, there is no way but to work together as equal partners, as equal stakeholders in the growth journey of the country, which will be possible only when investment environment in the country is good, it is predictable, the policies continue, the infrastructural bottlenecks are taken care of, and a freedom is given to the entrepreneur, to the investor, to choose and decide for itself as to what they want to do, because they know the best. Now, with this perspective in mind, we in the government of Punjab tried to do something, tried to get into some kind of a policy mode, which we thought would be enabling in nature. Now, whatever we do in the government, we are not into the business of doing things. Now, I always say, and we always believe, that the one who is actually doing the business knows what is the best for the business. So if we were to make a policy regime and we were to do it on our own, sitting on this side of the desk, we would have delivered a policy which would not have been operationally very good, which will not have been lucrative enough to attract incentives. So the most important and the first aspect and the spirit of our policy and the way we have looked in Punjab, the government has looked in Punjab, is to create a partnership with the industry of equal measure. So the industry in Punjab is an equal partner with the government. When we made our policy, when we drafted it back in 2017, the final draft was vetted by industry leaders. Once they were okay with that draft, and the draft was seen by them, their feedback were taken. There were multiple iterations with the industry. Then we took it to the cabinet, and then we notified the industrial policy. So that aspect of partnership between industry and government and administration has very clearly existed in Punjab now for last over 5 years or so. Not only about drafting the policy, but the policy provides some incentives. Now, who is to get those incentives? Who is eligible for those incentives? What will be the quantum of those incentives? There is a committee to decide that. And the industry representatives are very much a part of those committees. They are not there only for suggestion. They have a right to dissent. They have a right to put their views on record, and they have a right to decide. And that has served as well, because I have been part of those committees many a times, and I've seen that many a times our perspective of a particular claim by the industry was not positive. But when the industry leaders explained to us, the representative explained to us as to why this is a logical part of the interpretation, we realized that there is a lot of merit in it. So not only in the formulation of policy, but also in the implementation, and for decisions as core as grant of fiscal incentives in the policy, industry and stakeholders are equal partners. Financial institutions are also called, and the industry representatives are also called for those meetings, and then a collaborative decision making is done. We are totally transparent. When we have made a policy, we want to make sure that it is actually delivered. If there are some fruits promised in that policy, those fruits should be actually enjoyed by the industry in as many words and figures as we have promised. So the first aspect of Punjab's growth strategy for industrialization, for attracting investments, is partnership, equal with industry, truthfully and sincerely. The second aspect which I would like to bring, of course, my colleague Gaurav will take you through the nuances of the policies in detail. I would not like to, kind of venture into that part, though I would be very happy to take questions, if any, at later point of time. But I would like to make it a little more from the intention part of the government, the enabling mechanism, and the vision of the government that we are trying to create. After partnership, we realized that continuity of policies is something which is very, very important in today's time. And economy is very dynamic. Economics is dynamic. Commerce is even more dynamic. And today we have global world. And unless and until we have some kind of a predictability in policy, we have a continuity in policy, things will not work out. The decision making gets hampered and it gets delayed, and the confidence in investors do not come. Fortunately for Punjab, we have a very good track record in continuity of policies. So if there was a different government before 2017 and they had a different industrial policy of 2013 and 15, there has been not even a single case in which the policy was amended by the new government or the benefits were changed to the detriment of the investor who came as per 2013 and 15 policy. And that is not between 13 and 2021 now. The same thing got repeated in 2009 policy, 2003 and 4 policy, and so on and so forth. So the track record of the state is very clear that once there is a policy, whatever regime it may be, whatever government it may be, but the policy is sacrosanct for us. Legally, we are, under foundation to honor that. So why do we have to send the investors to the judicial process or the arbitration process for the same? We are very clear that when the policy is there, it is a policy of the government, and the government works in continuity. So the policies of the state of Punjab are continuous. They work in eternity. Whatever policy is there, whatever policy provision our investor is guided under, it is going to be honored by everybody, irrespective of any changes at top level or down level. The third, I think, aspect which I would like to bring to your notice is about the ecosystem, industrial ecosystem of Punjab. We are one of those states which is extremely peaceful. As per National Crime Records Bureau data, we have among all major industrial states, we have the least rate of cognizable crime in the state. Industries after industry, and this is not something which I am making a claim, this is a feedback which I am conveying to you, industry after industry, whether it is Japanese, whether it is German, whether it is Punjab based, whether it is Birlas, whether anybody, Indian industry, foreign industry, Punjab industry, one very good feedback that they give and which we are very proud of is extremely peaceful labor relations. In over 3 decades, there is not even a single incident of major labor issue or labor management problem. If at all there were some issues, they were very, very localized, very, very minimal, and did not lead to any loss of life or man days or property or anything like that. Somehow we are blessed that the state is very, very peaceful and very good labor management relations. And let me tell you, this is a blessing for an industry. This is a blessing for an investment decision, that their operations should be peaceful. There should be less and less disruptions in their operations. We have a very important investor, German company, whose a sister company did a survey on all their plants throughout the world. So probably they had their presence in over 2 scores of countries, over 40 countries they were present. And they did a survey and a study on the operational efficiency of all the units across the word. Now they came up and they said ki there was an award which was given to the Punjab-based unit in Mohali. They said the overall operational efficiency was equal to their overall operational efficiency in Germany. So it was about the raw material supply. It was about the processing of those goods. It was about power being available. It was about dispatches being no frills, everything taken together. And of course, the productivity of the labor, because that plays the most important role. They said that the efficiency in Punjab plant, it was not so in other parts of the country, but in Punjab plant was equal to their efficiency in Germany. And that is what we stand for, a disruption-free environment, a peaceful labor relations, very good ecosystem, very good road network, very good rail network, logistics. We have been ranked second, this year third, in the ease of logistics study done by Niti Aayog, the Leeds report. So the overall ecosystem in the state of Punjab is very, very peaceful and very, very supportive of the operations of the industry. And it also has its bearing on the interference by political people, interference by bureaucracy in the working of the of a unit. Absolutely zero interference. That is very clear. We had almost started to having a problem of truck unions, just started. And the CM was very categorical. He said, nothing doing. I'm not going to allow my industry to suffer at the hands of few people. And the truck unions do not exist in the state of Punjab. By law, they have been totally abolished. No truck union, no harassment to the industry. So the overall ecosystem in Punjab is very good. Third is the policy framework. As I mentioned, that the policy was made in conjunction with the industry. And yes, wherever the policy in implementation required some tits and bits here and there, based on the demand of the industry. We tweaked it a little bit wherever the industry demanded. The clarifications and interpretations have all been done pro-industry. So we are not taking a interpretation which is against the industry, but which is pro-industry. And these policies detailed Gaurav will obviously share, but I can only tell you that the policies are totally in tune with what the industry demanded over a period of time. Last but not the least, I must talk about the organization which I am representing, which is Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion. Each investor, especially the ones coming from outside, they require a single window system. And a single window system in today's world has become a cliche. We all like to claim that we are a single window, but unfortunately, what that window offers is another set of dozens of windows opening from the other side of that window, and which is not of any use because there are no real powers with that window. It simply becomes a window for accepting an application and then sending it to all the different departments, and then the investor is at the mercy of different departments. Thankfully for Punjab, we have been able to, because there's a strong political commitment that industry should come to Punjab. It's time that we need to. By the way, our GDP from primary sector is around 25%. So we are not 17%. And that is why the hunger in the state of Punjab to attract more and more industry, because our situation is even more critical as compared to other parts of the country. However, what we have done in the state of Punjab is we have created this bureau, which is called Invest Punjab in short. This bureau has been created by a law of the state legislature. What it does is it acts as a single office, and 16 different departments, officers, senior officers of chief engineer level, additional director level officers are put here under CEO of Invest Punjab, which is me at the moment, to grant clearances and to guide the investors from this office itself. And all this is 100% online. It is monitored online. So our window does not open any other window. We are an investment promotion agency. Yes, we introduce the state of Punjab to investors. We promise them what we are to offer. And we are also a unified regulator. What that means is that all the powers to grant licenses, consents, permissions, approvals, they vest by law in this one office. So we don't depend on any other department. If an investor is to come to the state of Punjab, only interaction will be with the Invest Punjab team. They don't need to go to any other department, any other official bureaucrat, any other political leader. It is just this interface, this team that is going to handle the investor by providing a dedicated relationship manager. Now, where are these dedicated relationship managers coming from? I'm very happy to inform the gathering here that these are young graduates and postgraduates from the ACE Management Institute. So these are people from IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, and ISP. These are the only 4 institutes that we are taking, and we are going for campus recruitment. We have gone to every year during this time only the campus interviews take place, and we are picking the young boys and girls from there. And these are the guys who actually handle a client, who handle an investor for us throughout the investment journey, right from the point when an investor wants to explore Punjab to the point when he is in operations in the state of Punjab and he wants our support in any way in its operations. This is a time where this agency alone is interacting with them and taking care of all their needs and requirements. And this is a unique model. No other state has this model. All the states have a window, and I respect the initiatives by all the different states. They have taken what they felt right. But for Punjab, we thought that only a window and only a post office will not work. It doesn't work normally. So all the powers must be vested with the bureau, and it should be manned by professionals so that there is no harassment, there is no delay, there is no corruption, and the experience of the investor should be seamless. We had an Investor Punjab Summit, Progressive Investment Summit of Punjab on 26th and 27th of October 2021, just 15 days ago. And I request all of you and I encourage all of you to just Google it on the YouTube channel and see for yourself. We had ACE speakers like Mr. Birla, Mr. Anand Mahindra, Mr. Lakshmi Mittal. We had Mr. Sanjeev Puri of ITC, Mr. Sanjeev Mehta, HUL, Mr. Singhania. They have experienced Punjab. Just listen to what their experience is. Now, Mr. Birla said, and very aptly he put it, and I will end with this. He said, see, ease of doing business is an experience. And we have tested Punjab and we have tasted Punjab, and our experience is extremely wonderful. Within 3 months, that is what he said, that the project was totally transformed. From the time when we first pitched Punjab to be considered for their plant, within 3 months, the land was allotted, the environmental clearance was revised, everything was done, the possession was there, they were sampling the soil testing, etc. was taking place within 3 months. Now, that is a kind of speed that we would like to work in. There have been umpteen instances where our clients, our investors tell us that our board approvals are delayed. They take time because we are a huge organization. But the government of Punjab's approvals are faster. So this is the kind of feedback that we have had. Of course, there is always a potential to improve, and that is what we strive to do. But we need the support of all of you. Me and my team and the state of Punjab seeks the support of ACE professionals in the field of finance, in the field of taxation, in the field of development, economics, and growth to only pitch Punjab for a fair consideration in the mind of investors. We would be very happy to sit with the team, with your teams, with the investors team, and to make a business case, to analyze the policy. And if it suits you, if your bottom line in Punjab is better over a period of time than any other state, then only choose us. My only request to all of you is, please test us. We would love to be tested. Please test us. And if you like us, then taste us. Come to Punjab. And I'm sure me and my team will not fail you. We will be here, and 24/7. We work on mails. It's all online system. So you can reach out on holidays. You can reach out on WhatsApp, mobile. Everything is there on the website. So the name of sector officer, the name of country officer, everything is there. So it's a completely transparent organization, zero corruption, zero delays, and zero inertia. With these words, I would not take more of your time. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to be connected to the best in the country. And we very much value and cherish this association. And in future also, we would be very happy to interact with more and more members from the profession. Thank you very much.
Sir, I haven't seen such a humble and polite person who, even though achieving after so much in the life, is so down to earth. So I must say, seldom come a chance when the salutations become an honor for the host, and works really lack potential to meet the caliber of a person like you. So you are an epitome of robustness and personification of sagacity, and exemplarily inspiration for all of us. So your aura today have influenced the energy as well as
Ma'am, there is something technical problem, I think.
So if everybody agrees, can we move on to the next part and allow Gaurav to make his presentation so that we can save time?
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Gaurav, can you please take on the presentation? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to everyone, and it is being a pleasure to being here and presenting the advantages that the state of Punjab offers to the industry. I'll quickly start with my presentation. So, I hope the presentation is visible to everyone.
No, sir, not yet.
It's not a visible.
Okay, we'll just check that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Now it is visible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for confirming that. So I'll start my presentation with a quick introduction. We all know about the Punjab. It is known for its green fields, warm-hearted people, enterprise, and of course the world-famous Punjab cuisine. Because I understand today we have a participants across the India. So this is a very quick introduction. In terms of a strategical location of the state, it is important to see on the map of India. We are just located in the North India. You can see we are very close to the national capital. The proximity of national capital is there. We are just 4 hours away by road and less than an hour away from the New Delhi by air. If we have to just give a perspective in terms of an economy, the Punjab's economy is just 1.5% of India's, the land mass of Punjab is just 1.5% of country's total land area, but it contributes to 3% of India's total GDP. That shows the vibrance of the economy in the state. There are certain sectors which are leading in the country and they are the clear leader. In terms of the agricultural production, we are known as a food bowl of India with the highest production, leading production in the rice, in the wheat, and contributing highest in the central grain pool. In terms of the tractors and the agricultural equipment manufacturer, again, Punjab is leading. We have housed India's largest, in fact, the world's largest integrated tractor manufacturing unit, that is an international tractor, Sonalika brand. In terms of a bicycle and bicycle component sector, again, Punjab is a leader in the country. It is contributing in terms of a bicycle finished product 75% and in terms of a component close to 90% in the country. The another important sector in the state is a textile. Again, it is known in the country with its contribution. So in hosiery and woolen, we are 65% share in the country. Punjab is also known as a launchpad of MNCs in India. And this has been seen on the slide that many companies, international companies, have started their India operations from Punjab. Way back in 1961, Nestle, which is a known brand and very famous in every household, they have started their journey in 1961 in Moga. Isuzu is a Japanese brand. They have started their commercial vehicle manufacturing facility in Ropar in 1985. Thereafter, Walmart has started their retail business in India in 2009 from Amritsar. And now they have the largest number of stores in any of the state in the country, in the state of Punjab. Very recently, few more names have added in this list. So like CNIFCO from Spain, they have started their setting up process and they are into the food processing. And likewise, there are many other stories in the state of Punjab. For any industry, the factors of production plays very important role, and we do understand accordingly in terms of the power, because power is something very critical to most of the industry and of course to all other areas of industries. State provides the most affordable quality power to all industrial units in the state. The state government provides the power at the rate of ₹5 per unit. This is a variable tariff that state provides to all the unit, and this is something applicable to all units. No need to apply to any office. It is applicable to the new units also, to the expansion units also. Of course, Punjab is a power surplus state. That is the reason the quality can be maintained at the last mile also. And for maintaining the low transmission and distribution losses, it is important to have a strong infrastructure. That is the reason the average of transmission and distribution losses in the state of Punjab is close to 14% in comparison to the national average of close to 22%. Because promising affordable and 24/7 power will only be useful when you are actually getting the continuous supply at your premises. The next most important factor of production is a labor. As sir also mentioned that we have the most peaceful labor relations in the state. We have not witnessed any strike, lockout in the state, and this is all the experiences that we have received from the industry. The most important thing is there is a flexibility in hiring, and as such there is no restriction of hiring people from any region. And of course, the state government rules allows the working of man force or workforce 24/7 across all the genders. So that shows the quality of law and order and the skill set which is available in the state of Punjab. The next important factor of production is logistics. For a manufacturing sector, after producing the goods, it is important to forward that good to the markets. For ensuring this, the state is very well equipped in terms of ease of logistics. We are a leader in safety and security of cargo movement. Yes, sir. In terms of the connectivity, we have the 5 inland container depots and 3 multimodal logistic parks. We have 2 international airports and there are multiple domestic airports. Quickly, in terms of data connectivity, which is important, internet connectivity, we have the 4G connectivity across the state because that is the need of an hour of the business. Quickly, you can see the premium institutes which are housed in the state of Punjab, including the IIT, IIMs, ISB, and many technical institutes that provides R&D support. We have the R&D ecosystem housed in the state that includes the IIT Ropar collaboration with the Taiwan, that is basically for the artificial intelligence. And then we have a software technology park of institute in Mohali that is again providing new age technologies. These are few more examples in the R&D ecosystem. A quick introduction on the sectors, the focus sectors, which are important for the state of Punjab. Agri and food processing is very important. The 21% share of food processing is there in the manufacturing GDP of the state. We are leader in the raw material of so many fruits, grains. Even we have the highest per capita milk availability. In terms of our sector infrastructure, we are very robust, and we have 3 mega food parks available in the state. Now, in terms of a policy incentive to this particular sector, there is a 100% exemption of state taxes fees on agri raw material that has been procured in the state of Punjab. So that's a big merit and advantage the policy provides to the people who are setting up their manufacturing plant in the state of Punjab. And then there are many new opportunities of investments for the people in dairy, beverages, meat products, animal feed products, and other health supplements, etc. The next important sector is engineering sector. Again, as you all know that Punjab is home to more than 2 lakh MSME units. So most of the MSME units are engaged into this engineering sector. We are number one in the machine and hand tools, swing machine, bicycle parts, and many other engineering things. Considering the strong ecosystem that gives lot of support to the mother plants as well as to the engineering plant, that is the reason the contribution of the players, the plants which are housed in the state of Punjab, they are giving in the value chain of global suppliers. And of course, there are investment opportunities in the following areas. Pharma and medical devices is a growing sector in the state of Punjab, especially after this geopolitical change we have seen in the recent past. Punjab has a strength in terms of a market and in terms of a existing pharmaceutical hub in the north of India. We are promoting the bulk drug and the formulations both. There are companies which are contributing in the value chain in a very large way, and we have the infrastructure available for the new players to come and set up their plant in the state of Punjab. Quickly, in the healthcare, again, the state has a very strong case, and we have the presence of all AIIMS, Fortis, PGI, Max, CMC, Apollo, in the state, and in the coming time we have seen the increase in the demand of this particular sector, not only in this region but across the globe. So there are opportunities available in this sector as well. In terms of an IT, again, important sector for all manufacturing and core sectors of world. We actually have the STPI Software Technology Park located in the Mohali. Mohali is a very strong base for the IT companies. They have their offices located here, and there are SEZs also available in this particular region. Now, coming to the incentive policy, this is again an important element for any investor to see. As Sir rightly mentioned that the policy was made with the consultations of all the stakeholders. You can see here. We have a most attractive and most comprehensive policy of the country. The most important incentive that this policy provides to any investor is the GST reimbursement. Now, this is again very aggressive that very few state or probably the Punjab is giving a GST reimbursement on inter and intra-state sales both. That means if you are manufacturing in the state of Punjab, and if you are selling your product not only in the state but outside state also, interstate sale, you will get the GST, net GST reimbursement on that. And this is the largest incentive of the policy. For the anchor units, which is the highest category of investment that policy counts, up to 200% of fixed capital investment can be recovered through this incentive alone. Please mind it, this 200% of fixed capital investment is a capping for the GST reimbursement only. That means the other incentives are over and above. The second most important incentive for any industry is an employment subsidy. Now, our policy provides up to 48,000 rupees per employee for 5 years incentive to the anchor units. Now, this makes the cost of production very competitive by reducing the cost of hiring people. Apart from that, there are incentives like electricity duty exemption, 100% exempted. There is a property tax exemption, 100% exempted. And then there is a change of land use and external development charges are exempted to the anchor unit. Now, the most important point about this policy is this policy gives benefit to the manufacturing sector also and the service sector both. This policy also addresses and gives benefit to the new units, greenfield projects, as well as the expansion project, brownfield projects, which are already existing and expanding their capacities in the state of Punjab. Below the anchor units, there are different more categories. For them, incentives are available. MSME units are also eligible under this policy of IBDP 2017. Above MSME, large units can also avail the benefits, and there are incentives available for the startups in this policy. That means the entire array of enterprises are covered through this policy, and this policy allows the recovery of fixed capital investment to all the investors. Now, another important point that I would like to highlight here, this policy also allows phase-wise investments to the large units as well as to the medium units. So if any investor who is thinking of making 500 CR or 1000 crore CR or above, this policy allows them to complete their investments over phases. That's a flexibility this policy gives to the investor. Now, yes, and these all incentives are basically exemptions based. So whether it is a change of land use or EDC, it is exempted. Electricity duty, it is exempted. So you don't need to pay them, so that tomorrow you need to go and get the refund out of it. So that is something makes it very attractive and very practical in terms of your cash flow. Only GST and employment subsidy is the one which you will apply for the reimbursement at the end of the financial year. After the industrial units, the policy also gives attractive incentives to the developers, because for any industry, industrial infrastructure is equally required. So this policy is very aggressive and very attractive for the industrial park developers as well. So any industrial park of 25 acre size and above, this policy gives 50% up to 50% for other use. That means other than industrial use, and there would be no CLU and EDC charges applicable on the entire industrial park. Because we understand that this infrastructure will enable and attract more investments in the state of Punjab, and with the contribution of private industrial parks, this state can attract more investments in the state of Punjab. This thing sir has already mentioned that during the processes of granting the incentives, industry is a part of it, industrial association is a part of it. Shall I touch upon that? Okay. I'll quickly touch upon the recent landmark reforms, because these are equally important in terms of saving the interest cost. Punjab Right to Business Act 2020, this is basically for the MSME units who would like to start their operation, setting up of process. So this act allows the industry to start immediately without waiting for any approval for 3 years. And after that, they can obtain all the clearances. And this is purely based on self-certification. An online application can be applied. And you can see that many people have already taken benefit out of this project. There is no new NOCs departments can ask over now for any clearance. So the government has actually frozen the number of NOCs. So if any department wants a new NOC, so they have to take the approval of councils of ministers in the state of Punjab. That will reduce the cost and time. There is a concept of deemed approval that state has implemented recently, and this is through the act. So this deemed approval means that if there is a service level agreement of any clearance is 30 days, so on 31st day, the system will automatically generate the approval to the industry, and this approval is an identical to the normal approval. So that industry need not to wait for moving to the next stage. We have already granted 6 to 8 approvals on the system, and it is all online. In terms of decriminalization, again, state has made a landmark reform. That state has created an oversight committee that will review the need of any action required, so that no criminal proceeding will be initiated even for the small matters to the industry. There is a central inspection system. We understand it is not good that departments would visit the industry on different dates separately. So there is a central inspection system has been created that will enable the joint inspection, and that too with the prior intimation to the industry. And it is again based on the risk-based factors. In terms of the land allotment, there is an online process, and e-auction happens, so investor can apply online. And in very few days, the land will be allocated to the industry, and he can start setting up of their process quickly in the state of Punjab. Sir has already mentioned about the abolition of truck unions. Then there is a recent Punjab Anti-Red Tape Act government has notified that will enable a lot many things by reducing the cost of compliances with all the departments and all the clearances which are relevant with the businesses and citizens. One-stop office, sir has already introduced to all of you. So I will quickly touch upon this. It was in fact started before the Invest India, that is the counterpart of Government of India, and even in the leading investment promotion agencies like Invest in Israel, which was started in 2015. We call it a one-stop office because it provides all solutions to the industry people. And with the dedicated relationship officer, there would be a one-point contact throughout the journey, not only while setting up the process, but during the aftercare also, and expansion of project also. We have an online portal. This online portal actually provides all services of different departments which are required at different stages. It provides end-to-end solutions. We have more than 120 plus clearances enabled in this portal, and 16 departments approvals are available. It provides all services like e-payment, downloading, and digital approvals, etc. Just to give you an introduction of this whole system, this is actually starts with the common application form. Then there are clearances required before the construction work will start on the ground. And then there would be approvals of the constructions required. And before the commissioning, there are certain approvals applicable that can be obtained. And this office will continue the hand holding even after the start of the commercial operations, and we will continue with the aftercare. These are the departments you can just see quickly, which are on board with the Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotions. So their senior officers are deputed in this office, and they process the application and they grant the approval while sitting here only. We also have an integration with 2 Government of India approvals departments like Airport Authority of India and National Monument Authority as well on our Invest Punjab Business First portal. In terms of an industry infrastructure, we have ready plug-and-play parks available across the state. Recently, state has added 3,000 acres of new industrial parks. You can quickly see that in all the districts, the industrial parks are available for the industry. So if you have any, connected clients or investors who are looking for making an investments, they can be quickly connected with us, and we can show them the land parcels which are available in these industrial parks, so that they can quickly start their setting up process without wasting any further time. We are disseminating our information through the social media mediums. So you can reach out to us and find information on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram of our official page. Quickly, the outcome, you can see that in last 4.5 years, we have received 3,500 plus projects worth of rupees 1 lakh crore. that has generated the employment of 4 lakh plus employment. Now, out of these total 3,500 plus projects, 54% have already started their production. So, and 34% are under construction. That shows the progress in the state. We have received the investments not only from the Indian companies, we have received from the foreign investors also. So you can see there are many known countries and names there in the state of Punjab, and these all are the recent investments that we have received. That is the reason that the state of Punjab is amongst the top 10 states in attracting the FDI in India, and this is the recent report of DPIIT, Government of India. You can see that tax refunds that government has given to the industry in the recent years, not only in GST and the VAT, these are the data from the departments. In terms of the power, the competitive power thing, as we are supplying it 5 rupees per unit, the government is giving subsidy to the utility, and the ED exemption is also delivered to the industry in the coming time. We can also see the power sector in the state of Punjab, that with all the efforts and all the investment that has been received, there are increase in the connections with the power utility, and the connected load requirement has also increased in the recent times. So that is a pure validation of the increase in the economic activities across the state. These are the few big companies who have started their commercial operations, like Greppel. It's a German company, started their operations in Mohali. Godrej Tyson, a collaboration with US company, started in Ludhiana. Hind Terminal, it's a UAE-based company, started their logistic park in Ludhiana. Think Gas, into the gases, CNG gases, again started their operation. Varun Beverages, in collaboration with PepsiCo, have started their largest integrated plant in Pathankot. Cargill India is expanding their capacities. They have expanded it to 3 times in Bathinda. International Tractor has recently made more than 500 crores of investment in their existing plant, and they have plans for another 500 crore in the recent times. Amity University has set up their university campus in Mohali recently. Hero Cycle has set up their largest e-cycle and premium bicycle plant in Ludhiana in High Tech Valley very recently. Tube Investment, a known part of a Murugappa group, have expanded their facility in Patiala. Sukhjit Starch in Kapurthala, Vivacam in pharmaceutical sector in Ludhiana. Century Plywood, a known brand in Hoshiarpur. Air Liquide, it's a France-based company making liquid medical oxygen based in Patiala, under construction. Pidilite is a known brand. They are setting up their plant in Raikot, under construction. And HMEL Refinery, which is making the biggest investment of 22,000 crore in expanding their business by diversifying into new products. These are the partners in growth. You can see we received the direct investments from foreign companies. We have received the joint ventures between the companies of Punjab and the foreign companies, and Indian giants like Aditya Birla, Swaraj, ITC, JK Papers. They have recently invested in the state. And we have also seen the technology partnership at different scale of industries, small, medium, and large. So these are the partners in growth. Thank you so much for your patient listening. And if in case any question, we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much.
अपना एक और भी मेरा यही एक क्वेश्चन है कि इज देयर एनी स्पेशल इंसेंटिव फॉर द बॉर्डर डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स लाइक जस्ट अमृतसर, फिरोजपुर?
Mr. Bansal, there is a special incentive to the units coming up in the border district. So there is a distance defined in the policy that if that plant falls within the 30 kilometer of distance from the international border, then yes, there are special incentives available in the policy.
Right. Thank you.
30 kilometers is what we define. International border से 30 किलोमीटर तक उसको border zone कह रहे हैं. और उसमें एक इंसेंटिव तो क्लियरली आपका है कि आपका जो फिक्स्ड कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट लेट अस से 100% रिकवर होता है, तो उस केस में इन टर्म्स ऑफ बॉर्डर यू गेट अ 40% इंक्रीज. अगर आपने 100 करोड़ रुपए लगाया था तो 140 करोड़ रुपए तक का रिकवरी इज पॉसिबल. So border districts में within 30 kilometers, 40% more FCI is allowed. Second incentive is some of the negative sectors like distilleries, etc. They are not treated negative in border zone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, question तो नहीं है, just like a suggestion है कि
जी.
when especially in the South India or there are a lot of investors are there, they are providing finance without any interest, they are just like an investor. But it is not available in our state because we have to depend upon either on the banks or any other financial institution, and the interest rate will be either 5%, 7% or 9%. It depends on person to person. So can anything can be done on the behalf of the state so that the investors can be called who can invest cheap money?
Yeah, so that's a very valid point that you have made. It's a very wonderful suggestion. So as of now, what we have done is initially we have been tying up for the startups. And fortunately, two startups, one is AgNext, which is an agri-tech. It has got a funding of around 150 crore rupees, funding from the venture capitalists. And the second company, again, today only there was a news, it has got 104 crore rupees funding it has. So startup में तो काम चालू हुआ है, and it is just the beginning. I am sure there would be a lot of other startups which will be done. However, in terms of other manufacturing sector, we try to work it out with the different banks also and other venture capitalists. What we can do is कि अगर कोई इंस्टीट्यूट की तरफ से या आप लोगों की तरफ से हमें कोई सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक आ जाए कि जी इन सेक्टर्स में इन्वेस्टर्स करना चाहते हैं. We had gone to Bombay also and we are in touch with many such funding agencies. In fact, आपका सॉफ्ट बैंक भी यहाँ पे है पंजाब में, ब्लैकस्टोन ने भी किया है, ओसवाल ने भी किया है, मोतीलाल ओसवाल ने भी. तो हम उनके पास जा सकते हैं कि पंजाब में इन सेक्टर्स में. सो हर फंडिंग एजेंसी कोई ना कोई सेक्टर्स की उनकी प्रेफरेंस होती है और कुछ सेक्टर्स को वो टच नहीं करते. तो व्हाट वी विल ट्राई टू डू इज वी विल ट्राई टू कनेक्ट द इन्वेस्टर with the concerned funding agencies to put in some kind of a capital therein. We will try to make it. Finance is a difficult area, of course. But yes, we have that categorization done in Invest Punjab कि जी ये funders इन sectors में ज़्यादा prefer करते हैं. We can try to make that linkages.
मेरी एक इसमें यही suggestion रहेगी कि we can arrange meetings in the various districts like Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana after once in a quarter. So we can call all these venture bank capital funding persons to make an investment with the various industries and especially to involve with the CAs. The branches of the CAs will be involved in that. So it will be helpful and easy for the CAs also to guide our industrialists and how to generate the funds and how to meet with the various venture capitals. तो वो एक मेरे हिसाब से सर वो एक अगर हम क्वार्टरली करेंगे तो इन डिफरेंट दिस पार्ट ऑफ द स्टेट तो उनको भी जो इन्वेस्टर्स हैं उनको भी रहेगा कि वी हैव टू इन्वेस्ट इन पंजाब एंड स्पेशली द इंडस्ट्रीज विल बी इनकरेज बाय वन वे और अनदर वे कि दे आर कमिंग टू इन्वेस्ट. मेरे को पहले ये होगा कि आई हैव एन मनी द पर्सन विल बी इन्वेस्ट इन दैट प्रोजेक्ट. आई हैव ए प्रोजेक्ट बट आई डोंट हैव एनी मनी. तो एक एनकरेजमेंट मिलेगी बिकॉज इट इज ओनली अवेलेबल इन द साउथ. वी डोंट हैव एनी सच टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज.
इसमें थोड़ा सा चिकन एंड एग की प्रॉब्लम रहती है. जो फंडिंग एजेंसीज हैं वो कहती हैं कि पहले हमें प्रोजेक्ट दिखाओ और फंडर्स जो कंपनीज हैं हमारे इन्वेस्टर्स हैं वो चाहते हैं कि हमें कोई फंडिंग एजेंसी से टकराओ. तो इसमें एक मिडवे हम ये कर सकते हैं कि अगर इंस्टीट्यूट के लेवल पे जैसे आप कह रहे हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज लेट अस गो सेक्टर वाइज. तो कम से कम जो भी हम प्रोग्राम करें उसमें हम वहां से फंडिंग एजेंसीज को बुला लें यहाँ से हम अलग अलग डिस्ट्रिक्ट से अपने मेंबर्स को साथ में ले लें जो फाइनेंसिंग में रहते हैं, प्लस 8 या 10 प्रोजेक्ट्स जो हमारे आइडियाज हैं या जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, हम उनको भी पिच करा लें, वो लोग भी अपने प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में भी उन फंडिंग एजेंसीज के सामने 5-5 मिनट के 10-10 मिनट का अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दे दें कि भाई ये हमारा प्रोजेक्ट है। तो एक तो सबको पता लग जाए, एक तो उन प्रोजेक्ट्स के बारे में डिस्कशन हो जाएगा, दूसरा जो फंडिंग एजेंसीज हैं उनकी जो क्वेरीज हैं या उनकी जो अच्छी बात उनको लगी या क्या वो चाह रहे हैं, क्यों उन्होंने फंड दिया या क्यों उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि नहीं देना है, तो इस चीज के ऊपर वी विल बी ऑल एजुकेटेड एंड उस तरीके के प्रपोजल्स जो फंडिंग एजेंसीज प्रेफर करते हैं आगे हम उन प्रोजेक्ट्स को लिंक कर सकते हैं। तो इट इज डूएबल। व्हाट आई विल रिक्वेस्ट इज लेट अस डू इट सेक्टर वाइज एंड अगर इंस्टीट्यूट की तरफ से 3 ब्रांचेस हैं आज हमारे पास, टोटल 8 to 10 केसेस ही हम रखें मैक्सिमम। फूड सेक्टर एक ले लेते हैं, ऑटो कंपोनेंट सेक्टर एक ले लेते हैं। अवर टीम विल गेट इन टच जतिंदर जी, 3-4 सेक्टर्स पहले लेके पहले एक सेक्टर का अपन करवाते हैं और फिर उसके बेसिस पे नेक्स्ट की प्लानिंग करते हैं। इट्स अ डूएबल थिंग, इट्स अ वेरी गुड सजेशन।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। सर इसमें एक भी हम जो हाई नेटवर्थ पंजाबीज हैं, एनआरआई स्पेशली, तो वी कैन कॉल देम आल्सो के इन्वेस्ट इन पंजाब,
जी
either as a venture capital or anything else.
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। इनफैक्ट अभी जो लुधियाना में हमारा हुआ था प्रोग्राम, उसमें वी had invited one of the NRIs who is in hospitality and real estate sector. He has committed an investment of 2,500 crore and the good part is land ले लिए। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि जी एक फंक्शन में अनाउंसमेंट हो गया, वो बिल्कुल हमारा मॉडल नहीं है। कोई MOU हम एंटर नहीं करते क्योंकि MOU is just a simple piece of paper which is worthless. It turns yellow and then it turns dark yellow. That's all. So we only want to do concrete work and it can be done. Only thing is कि so we will also communicate जी जो हमारा investment grid है उसके ऊपर भी अपने projects डालें। So there is something called, we have worked with Invest India. Invest India ये कहता है कि चाहे public projects हों या private projects हों, projects के बारे में information उनकी एक website पे डालनी है और वो वेबसाइट को हमने एक पोर्टल सा बना हुआ है, उस पोर्टल पे उस सेक्टर के डिफरेंट जो इन्वेस्टर्स हैं थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड वो उस पे लिंक करने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो अगर हमारे इस तरीके के जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा एंट्री हम उसके ऊपर करवा लें तो प्रोबेबली वी वुड बी इन अ पोजीशन टू लिंक देम विद द प्रोस्पेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर्स एंड राइज आल्सो एंड इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स आल्सो।
राइट,
वो वाले हम शेयर करते हैं। इनफैक्ट इट वुड बी अ गुड आइडिया because as chartered accountants they will understand कि इसकी importance funding की क्या है and industry को हम बोलते हैं तो वो कई बार वो बात बनती नहीं है। So let us circulate that here with the members and then probably they will be able to convince the investors कि जी ये information आप यहाँ डाल दो, एक अच्छी फंडिंग एजेंसी टकरा सकती है इसमें। और 2-3 भी अगर हमारे उसमें हिट हो गए तो अपने आप इंडस्ट्री में बात चली जाती है कि जी वहां से हमें फंडिंग हुई, अच्छे रेट पे मिल गया, प्रोजेक्ट उठे पा दो जी।
So, Jitendra sir, I think no FAQ. So next move to the vote of thanks. So I think the today deliberation and the sir words, I think opportunities all everybody said opportunity knocks one. But with today deliberation, I say opportunity is always there. It's only when you become aware of it. So sir, thank you so much for enlightening all about the so many opportunities over there. So in Jalandhar too, we will be planning a physical one so that we can interact and collab all the industrialists with the professional one, because if you all of we unite, only then we can able to reach new heights and attain new heights too. So Jitendra sir, it's the time to propose a vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks to Rajesh sir and Gaurav sir.
thank you ma'am, thank you Sonia ma'am. I am thankful to the committee for members in industry and business for giving me this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks for today's webinar on industrial policy of Punjab. I, on behalf of all the members of Northern Indian Regional Council, propose a vote of thanks to our guest speaker, CA Rajat Agarwal ji, IAS CEO of Punjab Bureau of Investment Promotion, for sparing valuable time from his very tight schedule when respected CM of the state is very actively involved in the decision-making policies of various. I'm also thankful to the President of ICI, CA Nihar Jambusaria ji, our CCM, CA Jai Shera ji, CA Gaurav Khanna ji, Shri SP Garg ji, all the participants, Chairman of the Ludhiana branch and Chairperson of the Jalandhar branch for today's webinar. In today's webinar, our London Chief Guest, CA Rajat Agarwal ji, informed the members regarding various investment promotion schemes of the Punjab state. Keeping in view lucrative industrial policy of J&K, such type of awareness are the needs of the hours for Punjab and other northern states. Member, I still remember the day when our chief guest, CA Rajat Agarwal ji, was posted as a DC of Amritsar and our association met with them for some work. He not only helped us but also ensured that if branch or any of its members has any problem, he will be pleased to help the members and the branch. I also request to our the chief guest, CA Rajat Agarwal ji and CA Nihar Jambusaria ji in absentia for physical seminars come meeting in our Amritsar branch as early as possible to promote industry in this border district of Amritsar, Gurdaspur and Firozpur. I further request our chief guest to form a state level committee of the chartered accountants under the Bureau of Industrial Policy to discuss and promote the various schemes of the state and to resolve the various problems and quick action which are faced by the industry. I am again thankful to the chief guest CA Rajat Agarwal ji, CA Nihar Jambusaria ji, CA Jai Shera ji and CA Gaurav Khanna ji and SP Garg ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. Thank you from me and my team. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.